All right, let's get right into it. Did you know your brain has a default setting for the morning? And for so many of us, that default is tuned straight to stress. But what if you could actually reprogram that? What if you could intentionally set a whole new frequency for your day? And get this, it only takes 5 minutes. No, seriously, think about it for a sec. What is the very first thing that pops into your head? Is it that giant to-do list? Or are you replaying some stressful conversation from yesterday? That first thought, whatever it is, it sets the mental tone for your entire day. And there's a really fascinating scientific reason for that. So if that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Not at all. Turns out your brain has this system called the default mode network. You can think of it as your brain's autopilot. Whenever your mind isn't focused on a specific task, like the moment you wake up, bam, this thing kicks in. And if its default is set to stress, well, it can lock you into that negative frequency for hours. But here's the cool part. This is where we get to step in and take the wheel. What if you could totally hijack that system, right? Instead of just letting your mind drift into worry, you could grab it and intentionally steer it towards calm, towards focus, towards positivity. This is where the science gets really exciting. It's a concept called neural priming. All it really means is you're giving your brain a little warm-up, a setup for success. By doing this deliberate mental routine first thing, you can actually make positivity your brain's new default mode. And that is exactly what this 5-minute routine is all about. So here's the game plan. We're going to walk through 5 super simple but really powerful steps. We've got the 60-second reset, the gratitude flash, the micro movement, the mental mirror, and finally the positivity anchor. You'll see how each one builds on the last to totally shift your morning mindset. Let's kick things off with step 1, the reset. The whole point of this one is to train your awareness. It's all about interrupting that automatic habit your brain has, the one where it just hits play on yesterday's stress reel the second you open your eyes. And look, this could not be simpler. The moment your eyes open, and I mean before you even think about grabbing your phone, just pause. That's it. Place one hand in your chest and do a little box breathing. Just a simple inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Then you whisper a key phrase. And this is the phrase. This is a new day. I get to start again. Now, this isn't just some fluffy affirmation. It's a direct command to your nervous system. You're basically telling your brain, hey, we're not behind. We're not playing catch up from yesterday. We are at the starting line. And there's real science to this. That deep breathing actually stimulates your vagus nerve. Think of it as a direct line from your brain to your body. It slows your heart rate and lowers the stress hormone cortisol, sending a powerful system-wide message that says, you are safe to start fresh. Okay, so once you feel a bit more centered, we move on to step 2, the gratitude flash. Now that your mind is steady, it's time to train your perception, to intentionally change what your brain chooses to look for and focus on. And the secret here is specificity. Saying I'm grateful for my family is great, but it's kind of abstract. Your brain has a hard time feeling it. But if you say, I'm grateful for the pattern the light is making on my wall, or I'm grateful for how comfortable this blanket is, now you're talking. Those are sensory details. Your brain can feel that, and what it feels, it believes. What you're doing here is tapping into something called selective attention bias. In simple terms, your brain literally starts noticing more of what you practice focusing on. It's like adjusting the lens on a camera. You can focus on the chaos, or you can find the clarity. And every time you spot one of these small joys, you're reinforcing that neural pathway with a nice little hit of serotonin. Our third step is the micro movement, and this is all about training your energy. This works because, well, emotion is energy in motion. You can't change your mood without changing your body. And hey, we are not talking about a full workout. I'm serious. 30 to 60 seconds is all you need, just enough to get your blood flowing. Dance to your favorite song, do a few big stretches, or knock out 10 jumping jacks. The goal isn't exhaustion, it's activation. Because when you move, your brain releases this incredible chemical trio. You get dopamine for motivation, endorphins for your mood, and norepinephrine for focus. Your whole body chemistry shifts before your thoughts even have a chance to argue. It's almost impossible to stay in a slump when your body is energized. All right, step 4 is the mental mirror. This is where we train our direction for the day. This simple step is designed to pull your brain out of that state of overwhelm and into a state of control. And it all starts with this one tiny number, just 1%. That's it. You ask yourself this one powerful question. What's one thing I can do today to make my life just 1% better? We're not talking about 10 huge goals, not a 5-year plan, just one small manageable step. This question flips a switch in your brain from feeling helpless to feeling capable, and it kicks off a little dopamine hit just for anticipating progress. And that brings us to our fifth and final step, the positivity anchor. Think of this as the glue that holds the entire routine together. It's designed to train your emotional stability for whatever the day decides to throw at you. After you've done the first 4 steps, you say this anchor phrase out loud. No matter what happens today, I choose to stay positive. Now, let's be super clear. This is not about blind optimism or pretending stress doesn't exist. It's an act of emotional discipline. It's a decision you make ahead of time about where your attention is going to go when that stress inevitably shows up. See, the goal is not to avoid chaos. It's to stay centered inside of it. Every time you repeat this anchor, you're strengthening the self-affirmation circuits in your brain's control center, the prefrontal cortex. And at the same time, you're helping to quiet down its fear center, the amygdala. So let's just zoom out and see how this all connects. This isn't just a random list of things to do. It's a powerful little habit loop. The reset trains your awareness. Gratitude trains your perception. Movement trains your energy. Reflection trains your direction. And the anchor trains your stability. Each small action just naturally triggers the next. And really, what matters most here is consistency, so much more than duration. You do not need a perfect hour-long morning routine. You just need 5 intentional minutes that belong entirely to you, repeated every day. You do that, and I promise within a week, you'll start to feel the shift. So let's end on this thought. You can't always control the circumstances that greet you in the morning. The emails, the news, the unexpected problems, you just can't. But what you can absolutely control is how you start your day. You can choose to start it with